Earlier this week, Microsoft shed some light on what they're expected to do with Xbox hardware moving forward, and honestly, it raises more questions than it does, in fact, deliver answers, because honestly, you can look at it one way, going, oh wow, look at all of their technological advancements, oh my god, my teraflops, and it's like, nah, it's not quite as technically dense as other hardware reveals have been in the past. It's just more or less telling you, yeah, okay, cool, we're getting into partnerships with the people that we've been working with for how many consoles at this point in time. So it's like, okay, cool, you're going to be working with AMD more closely. Yeah, you were working with them on the Xbox One and on the Series X and S. So, okay, you're continuing a partnership. Why do you have to tell us about this? It's mostly because the next Xbox is going to look very different than what the current Xbox landscape looks like. Okay, you know that reveal, which was what, like 2 weeks ago at this point in time, of the handheld of the Xbox Ally? That's such a trash name, but that's what they're going with. Yeah, you know that thing is basically what you can expect with the new home console. But anyways, Microsoft confirms first-party next-generation Xbox consoles. Did they, though? Because it depends on what you want to call a console, okay? Because Xbox is out here trying to tell you that your toaster is an Xbox, your fridge is an Xbox, your PC is an Xbox, your Xbox is an Xbox, and if other rumors are led to be believed, Game Pass is going to become Xbox, and because Game Pass they want to put everywhere, everything's going to become an Xbox. Okay, great. Why should we then be excited for the next generation of your hardware? Announces a deal with AMD and promises full backwards compatibility with your existing Xbox library, which is pretty fantastic. Like, okay, as somebody who has Xbox 360s, or Xbox 360 rather, a couple of Xbox One games, and, well, nobody owns Xbox Series games, but the fact that, yeah, I could break out my collector's edition of Halo 2 and fire that disc in there. Any of my hundreds of 360 games, I don't even think I'm underselling that. I got so many games and so many games that I have never played, which is so sad to think about. We got shit that's just about, what, 15, 20 years old at this point in time. Wow, that hit different for a second. But yeah, the fact that I have games like that are still probably factory sealed. That's why, you know, whenever we get a new announcement, it's like, oh, it's just going to be DEI woke slop. It's like, oh, that's fine. We got games that are still going to look fantastic that I can go back and play. And given the fact that next Xboxes, oh my God, they're going to be fully backwards capable, just like the Series X's right now. It's like, okay, whatever. Microsoft has announced a partnership with AMD to power the next generation of Xbox. All right, including a first-party future Xbox consoles. Okay, including its first-party future Xbox consoles, right? Get the inflection correct. Announcing that we're building the next generation of Xbox first-party devices and cloud, including our future Xbox consoles, together with AMD. Microsoft said in a statement published online. Now, Microsoft failed to detail its plans, but did promise next-level performance, cutting-edge graphics, a breakthrough gameplay, and unmatched compatibility. Yeah, a whole bunch of corporate bullshit. It also said everything that it's working on will be fully compatible with users' existing Xbox game library. And that's the one thing that I can definitely shout out Xbox for. It's like, if you have a disc and you have a Series X, like, it'll upscale all of those old Xbox and 360 games all the way up to 4K. Just like that. Like, I mean, if the PS6 came out swinging like that, and it's like, yep, everything back to the original PlayStation, you can just, fire into the console in a way that it goes. And I know the way that, with the emotion engine for the PS3, and I forget the goofy-ass architecture for the PS2, it's a little bit more difficult, and that's why, at least that's the way that they spun it at the time when the PS3 came out, that it was $600. But no. People complaining about, the Switch 2 pricing, they should just go ahead and realize that games were actually like $80 back in the 90s. You chuds just need to simply pick up a book and fucking learn history, educate yourself. Yeah, but people complain about the PS3 eventually led to them dropping the price and ending up winning the generation. So yeah, just don't complain, eat the slop, everything will be fine. That's why things are going so well for the Nintendo Switch after launch, isn't it? Right? Yeah, more on that next week. But Microsoft failed, yes, to detail its plans, mostly because I would say that they're very much in flux right now. Okay, we've established a strategic multi-year agreement with AMD to co-engineer silicon across our portfolio of devices, including our next-generation Xbox console. Together, we're delivering deeper visual quality, immersive gameplay, and AI-powered experiences grounded in a platform designed for players, not tied to a single store or device. There we go. Fully compatible with your existing Xbox game library. Yeah, realistically, you take a look at that, and what I can read from that, and then also extrapolate with other meta information. Stories like this, Xbox bringing original and Xbox 360 games to PC via emulation, it's claimed. Xbox doesn't want you, okay? Microsoft doesn't want you to be able to play your old games. They just want to be able to sell you your old games on their platform, on their storefront, wherever you're playing them. Remember how Ubisoft at the beginning of 2024 said gamers need to be comfortable not owning their games, and then they ended up getting shitted on for it? Microsoft's just going about it in a way where they're enacting on that prophecy. They're just not coming out and directly saying it. So what's the fucking difference? Xbox could be ready to bring the past to the present. According to a new rumor from a known Xbox leaker, Extensions, be sure, a leaker. Xbox is working to bring original Xbox and 360 games to PC and other platforms via emulation. Yes. A source who works directly at Microsoft said, oh, does he have an uncle that works at Microsoft? They said that the company is working on what's provisionally known as, internally as Xbox Classics. I thought they already did this. According to the claim, this wouldn't be a simple re-release of classic games. What Xbox is working on is a new advanced emulation platform designed to run classic 360 and original titles with stability, graphical improvements, full integration with Game Pass, PC, current consoles, portable devices like the Ally, and of course the Clued. He says that this move will coincide with Xbox's 25th anniversary, which the company plans to celebrate in a major way with a number of new games and announcements throughout 2026. The leaker also says that Xbox is working with the Xenia team in order to make this feature happen, even though, as it says here in the update, Xenia, the emulator team, has denied any involvement, but we know that can always be walked back at a moment's notice. They just simply don't want to, tip their hand too early. But yes, you see all of this stuff, okay? You see them touting backwards capability. Oh, we're working on new hardware, and then especially with the most recent release of the Switch 2 and its pricing, okay, and then you got people out here, and I'm sure that this is very much speculation, okay, but I've got a different take on this. Multiple storefronts, yes, equals the console has to be sold for a profit, yes, because there's also rumors out there. Yeah, Microsoft wants to also give access or get access to Steam and have that over there as well, and now that they want to hop on different consoles as well, turn Game Pass into this multi-platform experience where everything can be an Xbox. So people are coming to the idea that yes, the console has to be sold for a profit. I totally disagree. Get ready for the first time $1,000 console boys. I don't really know, man. I really don't think so. The fact of the matter is, if Microsoft just simply wants to put out ostensibly what Steam did a few years back when they had the, God, what were they called? Steam boxes or something like that? Just a little set-top box that you could plug in and play, and yeah, you could upgrade it a little bit. I think if Microsoft is going to be moving towards anything, it could be a more modular platform. It could be something that you could incrementally update. You could still, with all of the emulation, all of the AI stuff that's in there, you're just going to be upscaling old games, meanwhile streaming new ones, keeping everything nice and cozy on a certain account that they can properly regulate. They can go about this the same way that, Gillette and Bic approach selling disposable razors. I've used this analogy before, and several other people have as well, but yeah, razor companies get away with selling you a handle and a couple of cartridges for a moderate price, but where they end up making their money on the back end is with the refill cartridges that are exponentially more expensive than the handle bundle itself. And that's what Xbox has been moving towards for quite a long time at this point. They want everybody over on Game Pass. They keep on pushing Game Pass. Every time that they announce a first-party title, they say, hey guys, it's going to be on Game Pass day one. How long is that sustainable though? Okay, because we've seen it's a huge fall off. when it comes to Call of Duty. Okay, what was it at the beginning of the year, either January or February? Like 80% of its audience had already fleeing and never to come back. It's hitting peaks that are minuscule in comparison to its peaks when it first launched. How long can you have this churn? Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It might have sold 1 million or 2 copies. Nobody talks about the game now. It ended up peaking at, 15,000 on Steam, meaning nobody bought the motherfucker. Avowed the exact same way. But when a game hits like crack cocaine, like your Clair Obscur Expedition 33, something that was also day one on Game Pass, okay, people will go and buy it and support it. Same with Elder Scrolls Oblivion 4 Remastered. Could have got it on Game Pass. Millions of people went out and bought it on Steam. Then you have Doom the Dark Ages. How well is that performing? 3 million players, huh? Haven't got an update on that one so far, have we? But Xbox wants people on Game Pass. They want people on PC on Game Pass. They want people on Xbox on Game Pass. They don't want you buying physical media anymore. They'll go ahead. Hey man, we got all of our original. We got backwards capability over here. It's all fantastic. We don't have a disk drive, but you can go ahead and play all of those old games if you buy them from us, or if you hop on Game Pass. They'll be right there for you. You'll never have to go anywhere else ever again. It's a dangerous tightrope that we have seen several other subscription services in different mediums try and fail with before. The streaming bubble has burst in Hollywood, and we have seen stagnant growth for Game Pass since 2021. And if Xbox didn't have Microsoft money, they would be abandoning this proposition as well. All this does is just screw over the consumer. Okay, you might think the Game Pass is a great proposition, but the moment that these consoles stop accepting physical media, that you simply have to download from them, is the moment that they can start paywalling and setting the prices on their own digital storefronts. Setting the prices and also setting the rules for your interaction. And so if you want to support this type of shit, and if you think that it's a good deal, go for it. But understand that you're signing the death warrant of gaming. And as such, Microsoft doesn't need to create a more powerful console. They just need to make one that gives you access to their storefront, and they can continue to milk you and monetize you until you finally had enough and realize that it's too late. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.